Zurich.
And I'm Meg Gatto. The interim NOPD superintendent says our reporting on NOPD officer Sabrina Richardson makes a mockery of real news.
The chief slammed our report, which showed Richardson, who was demoted and suspended without pay, is now earning more money from the same program she was accused of abusing for years. Here's our new attention to the details. Sabrina Richardson got paid to be in two places at one time. Our reporting showed Richardson repeatedly abusing the NOPD's off-duty detail program. We found 26 instances in which Richardson double-dipped, working an on-duty NOPD and an off-duty detail shift at the same time. We also found several instances of Richardson being paid for details, but license plate reading cameras showing her NOPD vehicle miles away from the location of that detail. Our findings backed up in a Public Integrity Bureau investigation that found 44 instances of wrongdoing by Richardson. The NOPD suspended Richardson for 120 days, but our story from last night showed once she returned to active duty, she was quickly allowed to resume working those off-duty details, something an NOPD watchdog and law professor criticized.
So it's really disheartening, again, that this benefit is being given to someone who has grossly and excessively committed what I believe is criminal action and certainly acted inconsistently with their obligations as a police officer.
By their own policy, it doesn't make sense. By the fact that she didn't just get caught doing something wrong, she got caught doing something wrong over details, over this aorta of corruption. How is she allowed to continue doing this? She should be as far removed from details as humanly possible for the rest of her career.
NOPD policy says detail work is a privilege for officers in good standing. NOPD Interim Superintendent Michelle Woodfork responded to our report, saying the recent report regarding Lieutenant Sabrina Richardson is inaccurate. Lieutenant Richardson served her suspension and has been cleared by the Public Integrity Bureau to return to full duty status. But Woodfork claims part of the inaccuracy involved our reporting of Richardson being under federal investigation. Last November, we reported the FBI was asking questions about Richardson, and last night reported that again. But Woodfork wrote the report that Lieutenant Richardson is under a federal investigation is false. Today we spoke to two sources again who confirmed the FBI has asked questions about Richardson. One source said the FBI asked him for information on Richardson late last year. That source confirms sending the FBI timesheet documents following that inquiry. It's important to note we don't know the nature of that investigation and how active it currently is. Sources say Richardson has not received a target letter from the U.S. Attorney's Office, which would mean charges are likely coming. Our report also showed an NOPD email that indicated Richardson is under a separate NOPD criminal investigation. Woodfork didn't mention that in her statement, but did add NOPD officers put their lives on the line every day in serving the community. These brave men and women deserve better than to be maligned in ill-informed news reports presented to the public. Woodfork concluded her statement writing, "This type of journalism only serves as a distraction to our real mission of making New Orleans a safer city. It makes a mockery of real news and only perpetuates the sharing of misinformation, which leads to distrust and creates a divide between the NOPD officers and the community they serve." On November 7th, we initially reported Richardson was under federal investigation after a source told us the FBI began asking questions about her and acknowledging they were looking into her. A separate source confirmed that. No one ever disputed that report. The FBI never confirms or denies the existence of any investigation to the media.